Hi, my name is Chuck Wilson, inventor and R&D specialist. I have the right to claim this because we owned a Wilson Service Company in Sonora, California, where we did R&D for companies, as well as a service company that took care of refrigeration, air conditioning, electrical, glycol, boilers, elevators. I'm a certified welder. This is incredible. I'll just jump in. Konnichiwa, moshi moshi. Hello, Japan. Good morning. Here I've drawn a little expo on what I think may be useful. You've already probably thought of it. You have probably got some very, very keen, well, I know you do, because of the technology you are producing. I'm going to toss my 2 cents in. Forgive me if I don't look at the camera anymore. Okay, He is helium. I figure if you put a dozen helium cells with radiant fins between them so that you could radiate the cooling for your chillers that you have, that you're probably designing for containing the radiation. I've read a lot of things. This nuke reactor is still running. Figure that's where you'll get your power to run the compressors. You could use a ammonia pre-chiller, NE3 pre-chiller. My thoughts on your chiller for the pre-chiller is that these NE3 ammonia chillers require heat. Heat activates them. Without heat, they don't do anything. They're just non-functional. Anyway, this is producing I don't know how much heat. So I figured you could use this heat to run this, and in turn run your helium generator coolers. At 2 degrees Celsius before absolute zero, it becomes a super fluid. If you pumped it down and through a ceramic plate that had a certain amount of perforations, and allow it to bleed out underneath its own pressure of being what it is, helium, it naturally rises. So why worry about pumping it back up? You don't have to create a vacuum or a low pressure automatically. You can do that with the pre-chiller. The pre-chiller would in turn help to subcool in another coil, which still pulls heat. I thought you could actually build a clear span dome from like Farm Tech. Put insulated beds with banana trees. Line these boxes with lead, because we know what lead can do with radiation. I won't get into great details. You can find information on this on YouTube and other places. Now, your radioisotopes can't leave this dome. You can take and re-tumble your bananas. I'm just going to say banana. You can bring them back and recover the radioisotopes out of it as a way of naturally occurring. I don't know what you do with the byproduct. I've also designed equipment for natural disasters. This is that we could probably use to clean this up so that you wouldn't have to do such expensive helium chillers. It's just my idea tossed out to you. You've probably got it all under control, but that's my 2 cents. Guinness Book of World Record. I would like to set the Guinness Book of World Record with catching the largest catfish on rod, reel, and line. That's where Jeremy Wade comes in, Discovery Channel, you, Guinness Book of World Records. information. I would like to talk to the Shimano Reel Company, Japan. I know you probably have a headquarters here. I would like to talk to the original designer or group of designers for the bait runner. That is very impressive. It's one of my favorite reels to have. G-Loom, Lowrider, rods, I would love to talk to you as well. I would also like to pitch some ideas to Farm Tech. Farm Tech, I have some ideas for Nepal. Nepal, as you know, has suffered a major earthquake, natural disaster. I've designed equipment for natural disasters. Crazy. This is a steam donkey. This is where your feces goes. This will cook your feces, allowing you to dry them along with the urine. You could do a tower off of this to extract water and ammonia, which is Ne3, so that you can actually use it as a sanitizer. Pure ammonia is extremely dangerous, but you have chemists. I am not. The heat from this, you can use wood, tires, and I hate to be morbid, but you can also use bodies, and you have a lot of them. You can take the Ne3, the ammonia system, because you're generating heat from wood and tires off of this for your morgue to keep the bodies cool, keep them cold even. It slows the spread of bacteria and disease down. To be even, I don't want to be morbid or sound it, but you can wrap the bodies in hemp fabric, a light layer of hemp oil, and put them into here to heat your water, to drive the steam donkey. About energy efficiency, about how much you can make 1 BTU count for. That's British thermal units. For every 1 pound, for every 1 gallon of water, it takes 1 pound of heat to raise it 1 degree. 1 BTU to 1 gallon of water. In England, they had for a long time a period, well, not a long time, a period of time where bodies were, quote, spontaneously combusting. Took them a long time to finally figure it out. But these guys were breaking into homes, and if they had killed somebody, they would wrap their bodies up and pour perfume on them and throw a match on that. And the perfume is a very light oil. It would cause almost complete consumption of the body without burning the structure down. So TVs that were made of plastic would melt, so I figured that's over 200 degrees. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's like, what, 102 centigrade? um, your elevation and height is going to totally change that as well because of your altitude. I know the monsoon season is coming. I'm a great fear of more disease and your contamination of water. The steam donkey can produce drinkable water. There's a company that I've talked to in the past that it's called Eco First. I'll put it up. Eco First. I'll also put it on the webpage afterwards. I talked to Chris Mann there. Very nice man. Hannah Instruments. They're out of Rhode Island. Gary there, I spoke with him as well. Very nice man. I don't know if he's still there. I haven't spoken to him sometime. Been a little been out doing things. I thought if you use synthetic ropes, if you built a triangulation over the one area for a while to work the rubble, it would be like what we use in arcades as an arm that reaches down and picks up material. But it gives you an X, Y, and Z capabilities. Synthetic rope does not store the energy like typical wire rope does, which can create more damage and destruction than you already have. I've built in my head, designed I should say, equipment for all these natural disasters, tornadoes, hurricanes. If I had the money, millions of dollars, I'd throw a contest on for who could build the most tornado-proof town, design it, and then when it's build it right in dead center of Tornado Alley. Sounds kind of morbid, but best design wins. Tax-free, that's how I'd make the contest. That's what I want for our world, is to have the best for everyone. Farm tech, I have ideas for Nepal to help them. You could, my third board doesn't slide this far. This just keeps going out that way. Say it's 100 foot long. That's what I'm trying to do. And I don't know, 20 foot wide. And I don't know, say 15 foot tall. Just throwing some numbers out there. Put a door like every, I don't know, 10 foot, 15 foot. But more importantly, I would do a hydro-aquaponic system in each one of these homes. I would also make this thing so that it could basically kind of float on top of everything. So when the monsoons come, it's staked down with posts like we designed for houses years ago in the San Joaquin Valley, so that if a flood came along, the houses automatically rose, tethered to these posts, so that they could rise and support themselves, and they're protected. You could use the fodder to grow food for your animals, have that returned to a tank, fish tank basically. That's a support. And have that inside there with you. And the fodder could also have a hydroponic with it as well. And that way you can grow your food, fast growing food. I don't have all the foods that you guys typically eat or are accustomed to eating. I don't know that. But your reforestation could begin almost immediately. Say you tree, it goes up. Because you have a hydroponic system, you take a limb and you cut it off. A seedling, well, you're making a seedling out of the mother plant. Put that in there. Now you're using the waste from the fish to grow the plant, the tree that you just cut down. You haven't lost it. You've only changed its form. It would make reforestation of the area faster too, because this will grow back, it will start growing roots faster, and it's going to have the same disease properties as the original tree did, the mother plant. So that would in turn get you the best performance out of it. You could do it as big as a tree you wanted to do, as long as you had the space for it and the food for it. The waste from the byproducts of defecating can be turned into making heat to heat each one of these houses. They can be controlled by thermostats. Solar power could run them. You could use hydronic. Put the heat down on the bottom. Heat naturally rises. I don't know what your temperature fluctuations there are in Nepal. I figured they're pretty cold. This would be great. You have a lot of sunlight, which helps keep your emotional state high. It keeps depression away. It's clean and it's healthy, because the structure can't fall if it's all tied together in cross ties underneath it, so that these supports here on the ribs tie in together, so it'll shake, but it won't fall down. I've designed in my head other things. Well, I'll just throw it out there. You could have a 2-story, like condos or apartments. The equipment I've also designed for these natural disasters will help rebuild your monuments, your temples. I need money. I am just a little worker here in the United States, not making much over minimum wage. put it to you simply. I will give you my savings account number. This is scary. But I have companies out there that want to partner with me. I learned a lot of things I know by Bill Nye, the science guy. He taught me a lot. This Discovery Channel put a lot of information. Oops, slamming this. PBS, Public Broadcasting System, put a lot of information in front of me. Nova, another one. I have so many things in my mind. Okay, I was going to talk to Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm running out of time. This is going to run out of memory. I have ideas and things I think I can help you with. Contact me. Thank you. Oh, bank account. Real quick, Rosetta Stone. They speak Hindu in Nepal. I thought you might be able to help me with that. Granger Corporation. Flowjet Corporation. I have companies willing to partner with me if I come up with the backing. I am asking for help so I can help other people. So I don't want a handout, I want a hand up, so I can give someone else a hand up. A handout only lasts as long as it's extended. A hand up gives you a footing because they bring you up so that you can stand up. I thank you. Oh, I keep saying I thank you. Mythbusters. I got some ideas for you too, guys. It's flashing. I gotta go. Thank you.